30 people have died in the worst October rain in the state of Telangana. 15 of those deaths have been reported from Hyderabad alone. Incessant rainfall lashed the city, leading to waterlogging on roads and inundation of some low-lying areas. There were unprecedented scenes in Hyderabad of a man being washed away and cars piling up on flooded roads. And a woman in Hyderabad's Mogulpura suburb came within inches of being buried alive after a decrepit building nearly collapsed on top of her as she was walking past. She escaped. Umar Sudhir sends us this report from different parts of Hyderabad.
Lull in the rains in Hyderabad since last night after almost continual rains for the last 3 days, and that's one reason why several areas in Hyderabad and also the outlying areas have been inundated. Everywhere you will see scenes like this where the vehicles are in fact standing in the water. The Chief Secretary of Telangana, Sumesh Kumar, has issued a warning or rather an alert to all the district administrations and the police forces, disaster response forces, revenue forces, all of them telling that they must be in continuous touch with each other and ensure that lives are saved. First of all, that people must be moved from the vulnerable areas, from the vulnerable structures and moved to safer places. Trees have been uprooted, power outages are being reported from multiple areas and several colonies in fact which are not just by the side of the river Musi but everywhere else which are low-lying have all been inundated, and people are waiting for the disaster response force, which is of course overworked, to come in and clear the stormwater drain so that the water may drain out. The hospitals which are already stretched are going to feel the pressure of all the disease that standing water and the breeding of mosquitoes can bring in. These kind of scenes you will see in fact all across the city where the trees which have been standing for should I say 20 years, 30 years ever since I've seen them, and they have been uprooted and fallen on the vehicles that are on the road. This area I must describe as something that's better than most other areas. There are at least 3 other cars in fact are stuck inside here which you cannot as of now see. But the most tragic incident of course happened in Bandlaguda, where you had boulders falling on the houses there that belongs to a particular venture where the compound wall had those heavy boulders which was in fact then fallen on that area, and at least 9 people died, including a 2-month-old baby. All that intense fall of rainfall happened from the evening yesterday onwards till midnight, and that in fact led to the breach of at least 2 tanks in Hyderabad. One of those tanks is in Uppal and it's called the Nalacheruvu, and that is where the water is coming from. The huge force of the water because of the breakage in that particular tank had caused flooding in all these low-lying areas, and people were in fact evacuated from those areas and taken away to safety. Even as we are standing here, you can feel the force of the water. Very, very unfortunate visuals. The incessant rains that have been happening, that's what is leading to the loss of life, and that's something that the administration wants to avoid, and that's why they have declared a holiday in Hyderabad as well as the rest of Telangana, in fact today as well as tomorrow. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagaraju, Umar Sudhir, NDTV.